Okay, in today's video, I kind of wanted to talk about, I actually wanted to talk about remote work and potential negative consequences of that versus having a job like such as retail where you encounter people on a daily basis in person, not over a fucking video call. But I'll reserve that for another day. If by any chance I have some viewers who want to hear about that topic, feel free to comment. Otherwise, I'm going to talk about this book right here, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. So, I have another video which was a review about a book regarding subconscious archetypes, which I'm not going to get into in this video, but it kind of led me to this book here and wanting to learn a little bit more about interacting with the subconscious mind to the benefit of, I would say, myself and the people around me. And this book in particular, I don't think it's like the first thing you should read regarding how to deal with your subconscious mind. In fact, I'm almost tempted to stop this video and pivot to another book, but I will create another video on the book Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. And I think that one is way more articulate about the steps necessary to communicate properly to your subconscious mind. And what I mean by communicating with the subconscious mind is the purpose of doing that is to bring about positive change in your life. And so when I say communicating, I mean there's different methods you could do, such as like repeating things, visualizing certain things, feeling certain feelings, or maybe even just the objects that in like a room in particular or an event. That's covered really well in Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. I really want to do a review on that now because honestly it was probably honestly that book was a bigger preliminary for this book than the other book I'm talking about with the archetypes, with the video I already did. So, anyways, I will focus on this one. This one basically claims what we know and it extends a little bit further to what we don't know, which is that our subconscious mind is capable of performing all kinds of, I would say, miracles, very amazing feats of healing, self-belief. I mean, if you want to call it manifestation, I know it works. There's, there's a lot more than two different groups of people, but we'll take two in particular. We'll say the spiritual type and the more like strict science, very skeptical type. And I would talk to each of them in their own ways and use, like quantum physics experiments for more science-oriented people and spiritual terms for more spiritual people. However, I can't pick and choose in the flow of a video. So for skeptics, feel free to comment. And maybe I'll make a separate video where I kind of communicate in that language. But for some reason, I'm going down the spiritual route. It's something I feel like I need more personally. So basically this book claims, that, you're capable of these miracles with your subconscious mind. And all you have to do is learn how to program it through communicating properly. And there's nothing, the way it's written, there's nothing profound, nothing like oh, it keeps, making the same claims over and over and like telling a few stories here and there, which is cool. It's cool, but it's not persuasive, if that makes sense. It feels I mean, a lot of people have this style of writing. I guess sometimes it feels, I don't know, it feels slimy. Like I feel like the tactic of repeating something over and over is almost like you want me to believe it without having a well-structured argument or making actual convincing points. It's just through repetition. I believe that there is a phenomenon where you could repeat something false to somebody and they will start to believe it over time. It's pretty fucking interesting. I mean, and I don't even need to quote a science experiment. Just imagine having somebody calling you stupid every day, for a year, and see how you start thinking about yourself. Yeah, so it's funny that also would play into your subconscious, right? But yeah, so there was that, but I guess why I really wanted to bring it up is because I'd been thinking a lot about when I talk to people, the things they say. Like I think about where that's coming from in their subconscious minds, their deep-rooted beliefs that are surfacing in a conversation when everything's flowing. And it's very interesting because, and I do this too, we all do, I think. Well, maybe not everybody, but we limit ourselves. We say we can't do things, when the language itself could be changed to, well, I could do that, if I put in effort and, made a discipline of studying or learning something, whatever it takes to get there, or practicing. It's just intriguing to me. And I think it's important that anybody who wants to do something in their life, and maybe they have trouble, they feel they have trouble doing so, they have trouble making changes, maybe they feel not empowered, and that could be through their own personal trauma. Maybe something's blocking them, or they weren't taught how to believe in themselves and go for something. For those people, I think this kind of book is super important, and that you need to, if somebody wanted to make positive changes in their life, that person could benefit from focusing on how they're communicating to themselves and what they're repeating and instilling in their subconscious, the belief system that they're creating. Because that's what we're doing when we're thinking something over and over. Your brain starts rewiring to agree with you. It's our conscious minds that are the rational, like, hey, this makes no sense, puts, A plus B equals C. So that's our defensive mechanism against negative opinions, false information, beliefs we don't want to instill. But if your conscious mind is the one telling your subconscious that shit, then it's going to come to fruition. And it doesn't, I think where a lot of people get scared is they think, oh, they have a negative thought and that's it. No. There's so much more to it. You should feel comfortable knowing that everybody has negative thoughts, and that's okay. That's not going to, just because you have a negative thought doesn't mean that's who you are, or like, maybe it could be some coming from the subconscious belief, like, oh, however, relax, be like, oh, wow, okay, do I want to change that? Does that sound right to me? And then start saying something opposite. You know what's funny is now that I'm talking about this, I'm like, well, isn't that what this book is doing? It's like telling you these things over and over without like without the proof or persuasiveness. You can do that to yourself without proof or persuasiveness. Just say it, repeat it over and over. That's one method. It's not the only one. Yeah, and I don't know, maybe I will make a video about just the different techniques. One of them in particular came from Unlimited Power, which I really want to talk about, but I feel like it's out of scope of this video. And this one of the things that he recommends is repeating like a mantra or a phrase over and over. And I've had success with that personally, breaking into the software industry. And it was pretty profound, and that's all I did. I kept saying, like, I'm a good software developer. I'm a good software developer. And I did that for like a week. And then I got my first job after years of not getting one. And we could say it's probably, honestly, like, if you want to look at it from an analytical perspective of what those things that I told you, it could be that I was lacking the confidence to earnestly apply for a job and write a cover letter. And so I didn't come across as sincere. Right? And then by telling myself, like, oh, I am a good software engineer. I'm a good software engineer. You build that belief system up. And then when you go to apply for the job and fill out the cover letter, you feel it, you feel like, hey, I'm good for this position, right? I'm write my shit down. That's one way to look at it. And that's another video where I could talk about the neuroscience versus the spiritual aspect of this kind of thing. The law of attraction. I know it's like a very popular topic. Manifestation. Yeah, it's definitely out of scope of this video, I think, kind of. But I don't want it to turn into like a 25-minute rant, and then nobody in this day and age would ever watch that shit. They just look at the time and they're like, yeah, nope. And yeah, I'm going to conclude this video. I would say like and subscribe, comment below, but like, I'll be surprised if I get a fucking view. Peace.